Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Petra, and I work with the marketing team of South Indian University. Obviously, I'm very excited to be here with you on Friday at 4 to 6. Seriously, I'm glad I can be here and tell you a couple of words about the Creative EU. So, probably all of you know and heard about the university alliances, and you might wonder what is it good for? So, what does it have extra from Erasmus or some other programs? Actually, it's great. Uh, if I maybe switch on my presentation, that would be good. Creative EU. Creative EU is one of the newest European alliances of universities, and South Korean University is proud member of Creative EU. Some fun facts. If I say only actually 560 universities of Europe are in the 54 alliances, and it's only 10% of all the higher education institutions. So it's pretty privileged club still. So it's good to be in. And if I summarize the benefits for you and for academics as well, there's actually two things which we should remember. It's funding and it's opportunities, and it's more funding. So it's great. It's great for all of us, to be a part. Um, Creative EU spreads across 11 countries, 11 universities, and you've got all these amazing events you can participate in, funded by European Commission. Thank you. Uh, in Creative EU, we have one campus with nearly 160,000 students and another 12,000 of academics and researchers and other stuff. And you can be part of it. And as you see, we spread really widely across Europe. If we start from north, you got Sweden, you got Poland, you got Germany. Then we hop to the west. There is Breda University in Holland. Of course, South Bohemian University in the center of Europe. There is University of Trnava. There is Bulgaria, Romania. Um, Moving south, Portugal, Italy, Camerinos, beautiful, and we go all the way to Turkey. So that's really great, and it's many opportunities for a student to to try and experience each one of them. How do we work? Now gets a little bit complicated because the agenda of the alliance is huge. So we spread it into a few packages, which basically cover education. That's the most important, research, some sustainability project, some culture, community, and of course mobility that sort of spreads across the whole thing. So if you imagine that as a student, you how can you profit? How can you benefit? So you may join some hackathon. Let's say now there was one in Romania, in Târgu, in the partner university. You work there with co-students, from the other universities. You, in these crazy 24 hours, create and spark some ideas. You have not really a project, but something in the diapers, which you can take to the incubator and develop it. It's funded and develop it into startup on like fully fledged program project. And then you can get more funding in the seed funding program, where can you get up to 30,000 euros for your project, which is it. And of course, mobility all throughout the process. So I think that's a good thing. Just here in the South Bohemian University in past 5 months, we reported like over 200 mobilities, 23 activities, projects. So it's working. I must say, we also learn how to be the member of this alliance because, as I said, creative is pretty new and we're in the pilot phase, which will take 4 years till 2028. So I hope we learn more, and we sort of explore more possibilities. But so far, it's really good. Here are just some random pictures. There are two events which will be hosted by South Bohemian University. Uh, there is nice poster, I like that, for the hackathon in Bulgaria in Svistov. And there is some picture from the very first international festival, which took place in Breda in Holland. Who wouldn't like to go to Holland? Over 100 students from the partner universities joined there for fun, yes. And another benefit which the membership in Alliance has is that you can work with the associated partners. Every university's got associated partners, which are pretty prestigious institutions like the National Heritage Institute, National Library, South Bohemian Museum here, so on, so on. So you can benefit from that as well. And to sum it up, I like the line that being in alliance is not just a prestige label, but it brings really real benefits to real students and brings the real opportunities. That was it. Thank you for your attention. Good. Okay, so questions, sorry.
So now is the time for the
Now we
slide.
time for questions, yeah.
I will open speakers list. So I'm opening this slide. And if Philip can click one more slide, so you can also scan the QR code for the slide. So please do not forget to state your full name, your question, and one message equals one question. So if you want to ask something now, it's your time. We'll just give it a moment so they can type it in.
Of course. Because, hmm.
I don't see any questions. So I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? You say something, raise your hand, but you're still writing or something. There are no objections, so I'm closing the speakers list and there are no questions. So again, thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you too, and have fun here in video result.
Now we will continue with the presentation from Anna Adamova about the candidacy for the full membership. So welcome, Anna.
So, hello everyone. My name is Anna. This is Clara. This is my vice president. And we are currently candidating for full membership. Some of you may remember us from last year in Strava, maybe. So, we will start. Okay. So, we'd like to tell you a bit about ourselves. Um, So we are from the Silesian University of Vltava. You can see our mascot on the photo here. He is here as well. Some of the activities we have organized include the sports day or the international day, and we will get back to this later on in the presentation. And for a little fun fact about us, we have recently had an event which was on the regional TV. So, about us. In the beginning, we were founded in cooperation with IRO, SLU, and ESNCZ. We were created to build new section of ESNCZ. That's why we are here today in Silesian University of Vltava. We are registered, our association is registered in March 2025, and we were elected as a candidate section in June 2025. Currently, we are taking care of international students for about 7 to 8 years. Some of the news that we have are we have a new Instagram where we can share all of our events that we have had, and it's nicely viewable for all of the current buddies for the international students. We also have a Google Workspace. We use the Artemis program for matching buddies and international students. And we have a financial agreement with our university for our budget, and we have participated in Erasmus in schools. Our official partners are Vltava, which is a student-led organization at our university. They make weekly parties, and Patrick Help, who helps foreigners in the Czech Republic with their documents and everything else that they need. So the functioning of our buddy program, we take care of over 150 international students per year. We have 22 Czech and international students as our members, and we do approximately 6 to 8 events per month, which you can see here. So our regular events include quiz or movie nights. We have also had Erasmus Experience Days where the international students can share their culture and information about their country with our local Czech students. They have gone on multiple trips to different cities in the Czech Republic or in Poland, as well as a lot of hiking trips. We have also had some themed events. So we have had the International Night, which is culture oriented, and then some holiday events so that everybody can celebrate together, for example, Easter or St. Nicholas. And then on the photos, you can see some posts from our Instagram with the preview of the following month's events so that everybody can prepare. So, future and ESM membership, what it means to us. The future of our program, we plan to do more partnerships with local places. We plan to do more team buildings for our buddies, members, board, everyone. And we would like to increase promotion and boost our social media as well. And we would like to become ESN members not only for the sense of community and for some internal motivation, but also because it would help provide some new opportunities for our members and for our international students as well, because among other things, we would learn a lot from the other sections and could do some events together, which would be very nice. Also for sharing the values and lastly, also for some academic and professional perks. So not only CVs, but also to get some new skills and new experiences for future use. So here are some of our events. We had laser game, we had trip to Vltava, we had a movie night, we had a barbecue party, there was a goodbye barbecue party, and we also had welcome week. We have tons of pictures. If you'd like to, you can look it up on our Instagram, but I couldn't fit it all in here. And thank you so much for your attention, and thank you for considering us for full membership.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Hereby I'm opening the speakers list. So if we're gonna make one more click, there's gonna be the QR code with the Slido again. The speakers list is open, so you can be asking questions with stating your full name, PSN section, and then one message equals one question. We're going to be later on also voting on the full membership. So now it's your time to ask if anything was unclear or if you would like to know a bit more. You do have a question, so I will ask POC with the microphone. She will is the first one with the question.
Hello, National Study Company as Mr. Republic. My question is this section ready for the transition into IT infrastructure from the body program SLU to ESN SLU, or are there any restrictions?
So I don't think there would be many obstacles. I believe there will be some, especially with Google Workspace probably. But we do have the domain ready already. So I think it would be mostly smooth.
Thank you. The next question is Mark.
Yes, and Tita. Well, that's Instagram works for you to share your opinions. And do you plan to start using other social media platforms such as LinkedIn in the future?
So our Instagram works. We do the monthly posts as well as the stories for Instagram. We are trying to do it a week before, like a day before that. And then we use also WhatsApp a lot. We also post the events there so they can register there. And we also use Artemis, which emails them about the events. And LinkedIn, I would have to look into more because I'm not as familiar with it.
Thank you so much. The next question is Mark.
Farman, yes, Alishana. Are the buddies you mentioned in your presentation members of your section, or is it just students not directly part of the program? So,
There are members. There are buddies, there are board members, there are full members. It's considered as everyone. Unfortunately, I did not correct the presentation.
thank you.
Thank you so much. So for now, I don't see any other questions. So I propose to close the speakers. Are there any? Oh, yeah, okay, I see the objections. So the speakers list is still open and we're waiting for the question from that.
You mentioned that one of your evidence was the original PG. Can I ask you how it was?
It was Polar. If you want, I can send you a link to it.
Thank you, I guess.
Thank you.
Also, maybe if I could add, if you remember which event it was called Global Village, and it was basically our international students were talking about their countries, and it was for the public, so it was in the town square in Kabila.
Thank you. So for now, I don't see any other questions. So I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? I don't hear anything. I don't see any hands. So I'm closing the speakers list. Thank you again for the presentations. For the presentation, sorry. And the last presentation on the Friday of the first day of the National Assembly will be by Kevin Study about the proposed search changes.
Hello, everybody, once again for today. I'm here to present you the set changes which we're proposing as the National Board. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you for the legal advisor, Veronika Malindová, who was helping us with assembling those changes. And also, I would like to mention one thing. At the beginning of my mandate, during transition, Veru was asking me if there can be one NA without search engines. I was trying, trust me. Unfortunately, it didn't work out really well. Yeah, but it's needed, it's necessary, and we need our network to grow, to develop, and to be stronger in the future. So we are going to be talking about the statutes only, not about the internal rules. This is just one document that we are proposed to change, and the major change is going to be in the warning system. In the English version, there is also some language changes, but the most important is the warning system changes in the statutes in the both versions, in the Czech and the English one. So uh, you may be asked, why do we need to uh, change the warning system? Why we were thinking about changing the warning system? And here are some answers to it. Basically, it's for every section to know exactly which situation can lead to a warning, and also that the sections can prevent better the issues that sorry can better prevent issues because expectations and clearly defined. Also, it's the same standards that are applying for all the members of ES and Czech Republic. The system reduce risks or subjective interpretation of unequal statements, and also the active sections are protected from situations where some members repeatedly ignore their obligations without the consequences. Also, the warning system should help to ensure that all sections contribute fairly to the functioning of our network. Maintaining the quality and the credibility of ESNCZ means that the basic standards regarding participation, governance, legal compliance, and financial responsibility maintains professional and reliable. Uh, the other thing is that the warning is not a punishment. It's an opportunity to improve. Also, the system is identifying the crucial problems before they became critical, and the sections always receive a clear feedback uh, in a time that they can address issues before they receive the warning, which means that we are communicating with you. As you can see, this year there was no warning issued by the national board, and I really strongly believe that it's because we are addressing the issues before they become a warning. So basically, the warning is the last stage where the national board would go in any issues. Also, it's about protecting active and engaged sections, because the active sections invest significant time and effort for our network, and the warning system ensures this commitment is matched by all the members of ESN Czech Republic. Also, it creates fair environment where responsibilities are shared across our network. And now we should look at the changes and explain what is going on here. So if you're asking where you can find the warning system, it's in our statutes, Article 4, number 7a, which states that the member is automatically expelled without requiring a decision of the National Assembly after receiving 3 warnings in written form from the NB. And also warning to the member can be issued only in the following cases. And we are changing only the part with the cases. Okay, so the first one is more or less stylistical because we are changing the original form to just state that if the section receives a warning accordance with the statutes of ESN International. The reason for this is because ESN International is proposing changes for their statutes and internal rules, and it's going to be voted in July, and we don't really know if the number is not going to be changing. So that's why we're proposing to change this line for just statutes of ESN International. The other one it changes. It says that if it fails to exercise the right to vote at 2 consecutive NA meetings, sorry, and does not delegate its vote regarding to the representative who exercises their vote on their behalf. It means that you have obligation as the sections, as the full members of ESN Czech Republic, to cast your votes or to delegate your vote for the NA meetings. Until now, it was 2 NA meetings that you're not casting your vote, but we strongly believe that if there is issue that you cannot come, you can always delegate your vote to some other sections. Also, I would like to remind you that you are able to send your vote delegation until the opening of the National Assembly. So and also you can send the long-term delegation at the beginning of your mandate, so you can delegate the vote for the whole mandate. In case anything happens, there is always someone that can cast the vote on your behalf. With that, since we shortened the number of, let's say, uh, casting votes rules, we also propose to shorten the presence, the representation at the NA meetings from 3 to 2 of them, because we believe that the NA meetings, the highest, like the meeting of the highest decision body, making body of ES and Czech Republic, should be compliant, should be working together, and should stay uh, able to make the decisions. So also we would like to encourage by this the sections to more contribute to the National Assembly meetings. Then we added 2 lines for this article, and this one says, if the elected statutory representative is not listed in the public registry of Czech Republic within 3 months of the beginning of its mandate. Uh, Basically, it's law in Czech Republic that you need to have your statutory representative written in the public registry. Um, the process is not hard. Sometimes it's complicated, but the national board is always here to help you with uh, resolving this problem. So we believe this will not be needed at all, but there are still some sections that unfortunately are not able to change their statutory body from different reasons. And we would like to encourage them more to really have their legal part of the association in line with the Czech law. And one last change that we are proposing is adding the line about outstanding financial obligations towards ES and Czech Republic, because unfortunately, sometimes we are facing with problems with paying the obligations from the sections or its members. And we are sending so many um, reminders, and sometimes it just unfortunately doesn't work. And as you know, also the financial sustainability of our network is really important, and obligations needs to be fulfilled in time. So this is also one of the changes, and also the last one of them. I would like to say that the goal of this is not to issue more warnings, okay? This is to create a transparent, fair, predictable framework that helps our sections remain active, compliant, and successful members of ES and Czech Republic. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I hope it's listening already scan the QR code, writing down your questions. I will just remind you to write down your full name, ESN section, and then enter your question. One question, simple, concise, clear. And we already have the first question in there. So you can hear me, you'll see. Yeah, good enough.
So now with these changes, because I think does not pay the 7,000 membership fees combined for ESN Student and ESN version. Does that mean that the section gets automatically the three warnings just for that?
Right. Thank you for the question, first of all. If the section doesn't pay the fee to the ESN International, they get the warning from ESN International, which is like separated warning system. And also, if they get the warning from ESN International, they got the warning from ESN Czech Republic as well. So, and towards ESN Czech Republic, um, there is a, like, yeah, if we would go with that they don't pay at all, yes. But it it's there is like a long time frame to pay the membership fee, because the invoices from, I would say, in Czech Republic, I know, is either 30 days to pay or 90 days to pay. And this part of the warning system applies only when it's 2 months after the payday. So basically, you have like 3 months or 5 months to pay the membership fee. But yeah, in the worst case scenario, it could lead to warnings basically. But I would like to say that always there will be reminders. That always there will be someone, probably the financial manager or the section care responsible person, coming to the section and telling them, "Hey guys, it's needed to be paid."
Okay.
Thank you. The next question from Shimon. Here in the crowd.
She was, yes, on the other hand, would there be an exception to the payment rule? Because some situations arise where the unit doesn't pay, stuff like that.
Yeah, thank you for your question. It's quite easy. Answer. Basically, yes and no at the same time. It depends on the way that the section is going to communicate it, because it can happen that the section is not able to pay, for example, as you said, from the reasons that the university didn't pay their obligations towards the section. But you can also always communicate with the financial manager of PS and Czech Republic, and there is a way to extend the pay date of the invoice. So that should not be a problem, but you need to communicate it, of course. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question.
With the unpredictability of the statutory representative registration, how did you decide on the 3 month unit for the work?
Yeah. Well, we really believe that the 3 months are enough. We were thinking about other time frames, but like mostly you start your mandate after you are elected, and we are counting with the statement when you start the beginning of the mandate. That's the part that we are looking for. And then 3 months also, like, it depends. We all know it's difficult to work out with court, and sometimes it's not easy to have it done. But we really think that the 3 months should be enough to be able to fulfill this duty for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question coming from Patrick.
You might ask me, maybe I heard myself, these warnings be removed to some time or some fee or something like that.
Yeah, thank you so much for your question. The thing is that we are changing just the reasons why the section would get the warning, but in the statute it stated that the warning is deleted or removed after 1 year after it was sent to the section. So after 1 year, it's automatically removed. You're welcome.
Next question.
Important, yes, and the share. If a member with outstanding financial responsibility gets expelled from the section, does the section still receive a warning?
Well, thank you for the question. Um, I would like to say that this is quite a specific, like really, really specific thing that I don't really believe is happening that much. Because also like outstanding invoices or obligations are not there like as much and as often as it could be. Thankfully, it's not. Uh, but this would be more on the communication. Again, yeah, if we have the notification and we have all the documentation that's needed, we can discuss the how it's gonna go. But this is like really one of the like super specific cases. So I would like to not make like um, statements here about it, because I know it would require the discussion between the local and the national boards.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from Paul.
Thank you. No, because I got to another situation and you have a great nightmare. So just I'm asking, would not be possible to make a, would not be a better to just make a list of mandatory stuff, to do not make any changes every time when you notice something is not working, just adding it there, for 108, 108, because all the cases you already mentioned, something will already happen. So if there will be something new, it will be just really like what we just mentioned, that, okay, there's a mandatory thing for you have to do, and after you get like those 3 warnings from us, like please do it, and if you are not, then you are getting the review. That's better for you to avoid really mentioning that, okay, you must vote or sometimes maybe made by university, sorry, because
Mm.
for us we can't do that. So can be for example just maybe 3 months for my university. So and once then I will be really better to make something internal list always 6 months to
Mhm.
do and do not make any changes to stay curious for example.
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. Well, in this case, about the, I will start like I have something like a lot of things in my head right now for a question, but I will start with the financial stuff. As I said, it can be discussed within the national board and the local board because it's also something that's like not that really common, and also like not. It's not that common that the invoices from the universities are not paid in time, but also like this is not like really a failure of the section. So this could be discussed as with the national board as I was discussing earlier. And also there could be the extension of the time period. So that should not be a problem. Well, about the list of the mandatory stuff, as you said, it's stated in our statutes and internal rules what are the obligations of the full member of PSN Czech Republic. So I think at least the statutory body should always know what's written there. And well, with the announce like the reminders, it's quite hard because we want you to be engaged. We want you to fulfill your obligations, and we don't want to give you the warnings, as I said. So that's why we're sending the reminders. And I think with the list of the stuff the sections need to do, basically, like we could possibly, I think, create like some paper where you can think what you should do. But also, like as I said, it's stated in the statute internal rules. And if you're a full member of the Czech Republic, you're agreeing with the statute internal rules, or you can propose the changes. So also as a members. So I would say thank you.
Thank you. I would just like to remind, try to keep it like really short and clear. I know you were trying to explain the question, but sometimes it's easier to just like make it simple. But thank you. The next question is yeah, Vltava.
Which is still wrong. In the English version, I guess section 7A2, there's now any consecutive any things, which does not make sense to me. If you could explain it, since that seems like too many things. But for context in the Czech version, it's just saying any one, any not new things.
Okay, thank you for the question. I would like to say that ESN Czech Republic officially functions in Czech Republic, and all the documents submitted to the court and all the documents that are applicable to the network are always has to be in the Czech language. So the official language is Czech, and the English version is basically just a translation that we are doing. Also, as you stated, this concrete part, this is something that is a mistake, honestly. But I would say this is not changing the meaning of the statement which is said there. And yeah,
Go home do any one, just one anything where taking
any is one basically, and the Czech version is the one that is bonding due to Czech law. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. I didn't see any more questions for now. So I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? I don't see any, so I'm closing the speakers list. Thank you so much. It was a lot of questions, so I guess these are from platform.
Thank you.
And that's it for today from the official part of the agenda. And I would like to ask the OC for the announcements about the dinner and the social program later.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Just no.
Situação se desafio. Agora conecto.
Isn't better now? Yeah, kind of. Okay, everyone, will not take long. I hope you are all hungry, even for the social program. So first of all, the social program, the surprise. You will now receive in the official announcement groups the official revelation of the surprise. Okay, now just for me to introduce it briefly, we will have a bar bus coming up, or a bar boat, let's say. Yeah. Please check the announcement throughoutly and follow the instructions in the announcement. I hope we will all enjoy ourselves. So first thing, the social program. Second thing, the dinner. The dinner should be ready at around 6:30. Yeah. So you just take your time and go to the doors and embark on the journey to the Mensa. And also the another part of the social program will, or the other parts of the social program will be also announced in the announcement. So just follow